Well, here I am still at EXPCON 2022, and I wanted to give you my day 2 recaps. What an amazing day. The morning general session was phenomenal. It had lots of just high energy superstars like the star from Flip and Flop, what is his name? Tariq Al Musa, and he was just really, really funny. But I wanted to get into some of the workshops and some of the tips that I had for you guys. I promised you I was going to share highlights and nuggets that you could take back with you. So here we go. One of the big takeaways I had yesterday was, how are you helping your community? So what are you doing to pour into your community? And it was said, so many people are trying to go wide when we need to really just dive in deep. You hear it said often about being hyper local, and that goes for giving back to your community as well. So what are you doing to help your community? Just really key impact. So what is your mission statement? What is your DNA? And they shared with us 4 core values, core principles that I think will be really important. Personal responsibility, commitment, accountability, and contribution. And the contribution goes right back to what I was talking about earlier, about giving back to your community. So just really exciting. And I ran into Connor Steinbrook and interviewed him real quick on kind of the importance of why do you want to come to events like this? Why do you want to come to EXPCon? And let me just share that video with you now. So I'm here today with my good friend Connor, who's also in my upline. He's an amazing support, and I just wanted to ask him a couple questions. We're here at EXPCon. This is day 2, and just having an amazing time. But Connor, I wanted to ask you, why should EXP agents spend the money to come to EXPCon?
Man, there's a lot of reasons why you should come out to these events. For one, obviously, we're a global company. We're also a digital company, and this is a personal, in-person event. So when you come out here, you get to spend time with the relationships that you built, your partners around the country. You also get to have a great education system here because we have great speakers teaching us what you're probably not going to get to hear on YouTube channels and things like that. They're sharing things that you wouldn't otherwise. You get to come feel the sense of what's happening here, and you can't feel this from the internet through the cloud, but when you come here and you actually feel the energy, you come back more motivated and you come back excited because you understand how big what you're part of is. And it's just a good experience for people to come out and visually see this and actually feel this and just have the experience in general.
That's so good, Connor. I was sitting yesterday in one of the workshops. I was sitting with 2 ladies from Indiana who were not with EXP. So they were from, I don't even know. It was one of the big brands, doesn't matter. But I'm like, so what are you doing here? And they're like, we're just checking it out. We've got a lot of people talk to us about EXP, so we thought we'd come check it out. So that's my next question to you. So what if somebody's out there and they're looking at EXP, they've been hearing about it for years. Is there value in coming into an event like this to kind of learn more?
Yeah, I'd say there is, and I'd say it's kind of piggybacks and parallels what we're just talking about. I think a lot of people just don't understand the size of the movement that's happening here. And then also when they get here and they see the excitement of the agents and they feel, that people here have a little bit different excitement about their business. We have ownership in our company, and when you work for something that you're part of or that you own, as compared to just a traditional renting of your career like you do at a normal brokerage, you treat it a little bit differently and you feel more part of it. And I think when people come to these events and they see all these EXP agents running around, you see them excited and they feel the energy and they feel the excitement, they can see themselves moving towards that same emotion, towards that same excitement. And it kind of humanizes it, because when they see the cloud presentation and it's in the virtual world, it's hard for them to realize, if they've never thought of it, how to operate virtually. But when they see it here and they realize agents are still operating the same way, and actually these agents seem like happier than the agents I've seen at other.
They're real people.
Yeah, and they're real people, and they're not video game characters. And I think it just puts a lot of misnomers kind of out of the mindset, and they kind of see really what's actually happening. And I think, just personally from we seeing agents come to their guests, we see almost 100% conversion rate of agents that come.
Wow.
Because they're kind of on the fence. They don't know really what to expect. And then they get here and they feel it and they see it. And it's what moves them off the hump. So I think it definitely, if you're thinking about this, you should definitely show up to the event and at least experience it. And it would help you make a decision whether or not this is for you or not.
That's awesome. Connor, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, man.
And we'll talk to you soon.
All right, cool.
What an amazing interview with Connor. Anytime I get a chance to talk with that man, and he has helped my business so much. He's such a great resource for me. So thank you, Connor, for taking the time to do that. So a really cool thing happened yesterday morning in the general session. So Stephen Johnstone from South Africa gets up and they're talking about surviving a changing market. And here's the really cool part. This man on stage in front of 6,000 people said, faith. And he's like, not faith that you're going to get through this or faith. He's like, you need faith in Jesus Christ. And man, he just kind of just shared how important God is in his life, and that all of us should seek the creator of the universe for it, just to help us get through this. So he knows it all, right? And so I was just blown away by that. I love that people of faith are allowed to have access at EXP. And I mean, all people. It's a very diverse company, but man, it just really blessed me to hear him say that. I even reached out to him on Facebook Messenger, and he responded back, and just really cool. So I wanted to leave you with this final thing. I mean, you're a real estate agent. What is your exit strategy? You know, it's been said that real estate agents never retire; they only expire. So what is your exit strategy? So I went to the last workshop I went to yesterday was given by Mike Sherrard. If you know him, he does an amazing job on YouTube, like 60,000 followers on his YouTube channel. But he just shared. I mean, he spoke for like 35 minutes, and it was all gold. But I wanted to share with you about the last 90 seconds of his talk yesterday. It's just phenomenal. So take a look.
Is looking at what this model provides. And most people don't understand this, which is every agent gets into real estate because they want to create a flexible lifestyle and they want to create wealth. Am I right? Yeah, but the only way to create wealth is looking at the fact that the wealth quadrant, you have duplication, equity, ownership, passive residual income, and multiple streams of income. This is the only brokerage with all four components of the wealth quadrant. Every other brokerage has none. So you can't, by definition, create wealth at any other brokerage because you have one income stream that requires your time invested in creating it. If you don't invest your time, you have no income, you have no lifestyle. This is the only brokerage that gives you exactly what you got into the industry to achieve.
So how cool was that, right? Mike, man, he just set the place on fire. You should have seen this room. I mean, the room probably, I don't know how many people it holds, but there were people sitting on the floor, standing up against the walls. They could not get enough people in this room. Everybody wanted to hear this man speak. That's the impact he's having on YouTube. But man, what is your exit strategy? Man, if you want to talk, if you're with EXP, that's awesome. If you're not, if you're just a real estate agent and you don't have an exit plan, I'd love to sit down with you and talk to you about the business model of EXP and why I believe it is the absolute best place in the world to hang your license. So have an amazing day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.